Savage on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush.
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And tonight, two experienced teams, Chris. We're going to see what's something you learned as a veteran that you wish you had known as you were just entering the NBA.
It's one thing that you could not have learned, and that's pacing. How to pace yourself during the game. As a rookie, you're coming from college, and the game is so slow in college. And when you come to the NBA, you figure, wait a minute, this 24-second shot clock, that's not much. But you realize after about 4 times up and down the court, wait a minute, how do I figure this out? How do I switch gears? How do I lock in and play defense and then run my butt off to the other end as fast as I can to get an easy layup? And a lot of those things is not about being in shape, but the mentality and understanding how to take advantage of the next play.
Yeah, I like that. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Davis is out there with Shaquille O'Neal. And there's Bryant, then it's Worthy. And it's Johnson in at the point, and for the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Yao is out there with Olajuwon. And it's Tomjanovich in at the 3 slot. Here's Kobe. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on James Harden. Lakers shooting their first free throws of this. The free throw drops for Kobe.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
Bryant hits them both. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
It's stolen by Olajuwon. For 3, Westbrook. The putback, and Yao slams it in.
And Ming is mammoth in terms of his size, exceptional at using it to snare those offensive rebounds.
Pass to Bryant. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Pass to Bryant. Outside Worthy. The tray. That one, no good. And it's Houston the other way. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It's stolen by Olajuwon. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And Harden is the last guy the D wants to see getting this on the break. I mean, so talented at finishing off of these opportunities.
Johnson against Westbrook. Kobe dishes to Johnson. Ryan in the post. High post, Davis. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Outside Westbrook. Drills it from outside.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous. Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Lakers trail by 5. Puts it up for Davis. And it's Tomjanovich with the rebound.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Up top, Russell, defended by West. Russell passes to Tatum. Pierce inside the three-point line. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, they have dialed it up a notch here, really battling to extend this run.
And so it's West with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 9-point game. So halt the run. Here's Mikan. He's guarded by Russell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Jayson Tatum. Good season for him last year. He put up about 15 points a game last season. 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Year one, he had to kind of find his way, but he seems poised to make some big strides here in his sophomore season.
Well, the team wants him to carve out a larger role for himself. But talent-wise, he's definitely got it in.
Outside, Russell. Clock at 6. Releases, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Lakers second.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And George kicks to Lewis. Passes it to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's the 3. Mikan's shot is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Now off the inbound.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Right wing. Here's Mikan. Just 5 to shoot. Rejected by Pierce.
And they come out with that take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, and every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Throw good. Bird. Bird hits them both.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
George against Bird. Now, here is George. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From deep. And so it's Houston holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Paul George is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then there's West, and it's Lewis in at the point. First free throw is good. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
Two types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Lewis against Tatum. There's the pass to Bird. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. Bird's got 5 now.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision, looking only for his own shot. But he's more about team.
Timeout called the Lakers. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And it was the kind of season that he'd like to repeat over and over. Nobody was better at creating easy baskets for their teammates.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
And Harden's showing great strides of improvement on D, really doing his best to bother shooters.
Tomjanovich passes to Westbrook. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him. Lakers trail by 9. Johnson outside. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And entering the league, Magic was an average shooter at best. Has worked extremely hard to improve that facet of his game.
Outside Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does does he use it well on the defensive end? If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding how to center shots.
Pass to Bryant. Davis in the corner. They get the rebound. O'Neal. Yao with the block.
And you have to appreciate the reach of Ming. Superb at putting himself in a good position there to block the shot.
And Yao slams it in.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
And Kevin, this is why his teammates respect him. The hustle, the energy. Gotta love it.
Rockets leading by 6.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Oh, yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
Johnson surveying the floor. To the inside. And it's Davis missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
The three from Harden. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
And here's Bryant for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Kobe's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Coming off a terrific season. First in scoring, 4th in steals, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Yao brings the double team. O'Neal kicks it over to Worthy. For 3, Kobe. Yao Ming pulls it in. Yao's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harden scanning the floor. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Davis out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Not a great play on either end. Bad delivery and way too late to react on the catch.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Stolen by Lewis.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Yeah, and defensively, you'd like to see a greater effort to change ends.
He just powered that one down. One of the game's top dunkers.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets ahead. They're up by.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a narrow 3-point lead. Kenny, some perspective, please.
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. That's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Here's Kobe. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Olajuwon is out there with Yao, and it's Tomjanovich in at the small forward position. Shoots a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
It was rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Bryant dishes to Johnson. Left side, Davis. Over Olajuwon. O'Neal, the second chance points on the tip-in. O'Neal's got his first points of the game.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass to the tip.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by O'Neal. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the dunk by O'Neal.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
The three from Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Shaq's got his fifth rebound in this one. It's Davis on the wing. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade, confident Davis would be signed. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Shot clock at 6. And so Houston again turning it over. They're scoreless since the first half. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Worthy with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Bryant. Shot clock at 5. Fades and shoots. That one wide left. Rockets trail by 6. Harden outside. Pass to Yao. And here's Westbrook from the arc. No good that time. And the Lakers going the other way now. Bryant looking over the floor. They get it again. And Davis throws it down.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, two of my favorite passes in the game.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. In the third spot, Paul George. Fourth, James Harden.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Can they get it? And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Passes it to Tatum. The 8-footer. He doesn't hit that one.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answer.
Sinks the three-pointer. And now an 11-point Laker lead.
They're not playing defense with anywhere near the passion they showed in the first half. There's been a big-time drop-off.
Outside Pierce. Clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. And here's Tatum for 3. Lakers leading by 11. And George, here we go. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots. So he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
No good on the free throw. And the Lakers making a change here. Good on the second free throw. Rockets trail by 12. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. First in steals, and of course, one of the game's truly elite scorers with the second most points per game in the league.
And as you said, first in steals last season, you have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
No good on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Allen outside. And the pass to Bird. Over George. Bird misses. And it's the Lakers ball. They're rolling here on a 15-point run. Kept alive. Outside for Lewis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George, that's a 2-pointer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And he'll be happy he's there in front. But he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with that.
Here's Pierce. Tatum trying to break free. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Pierce. George against Bird, and it's George missing.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
18 feet out. Bird's shot is good. Bird's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Pass to West. Takes a 3. Hands it from downtown. West has got 6 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Pierce. From downtown, hit the tip, and it's Russell with that extra effort. Russell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And this is the problem. The length, the timing. Russell, one of the very best at corralling misses and turning them into points.
George from deep three-point land. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been very effective in locking down. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Johnson is out there with Bryant. Then there's Worthy. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Mikan in at the center position.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Davis. Rebound by Yao. Yao's got 7 rebounds in the game. The three from Harden. Good on the triple.
And when Harden feels the D playing off of him, he knows. He hits them with a quick pull-up, Jay. I mean, a shot he knows not many defenders can block.
Passes to Mikan. Johnson outside. Davis, the pass to Mikan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really, nobody's had a bigger impact on the NBA than George Mikan. He continues to set the standard for post play. I mean, scoring, defending. Mikan proves how an elite big man can change the game.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Harden outside. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Shaq is checked in for the Lakers. Now against Shaquille O'Neal. Kicks it out to Harden. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Kobe. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Harden.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Harden against Bryant. Lets it go from deep. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
He's been a thorn in their side all game. They'll probably use this timeout to change up their D. The system they're in now, it just isn't getting it done.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
The kick out to Worthy. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Bryant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Olajuwon, the pass to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Lakers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Timeout called the Lakers.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Right side Worthy from outside the arc. Johnson can't get it to go. Rockets trail by 5. Harden outside. The pass to Yao. For 3, Westbrook. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kobe against Yao. Pass to Johnson. There's the 3. Here's Shaq. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Yao Ming.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Take a break. Take a break. Cool shot.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Rockets trail by 6. Harden outside. It's tipped. Here's Olajuwon. Pass to Tomjanovich. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
How about the killer pull of Olajuwon? Loves to put the team on his back when the game gets tight.
Kobe against Harden. Bryant dishes to Worthy. Davis up top, lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
Harden inside the three-point line. The rebound by Johnson. Los Angeles has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Kobe with it. Westbrook picks him up. Shaq passes to Bryant. Here's Shaq. Count that bucket.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Westbrook surveying the D. Drains the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter. Los Angeles leading by 5. Now Bryant. And finished off by Bryant.
And Bryant, just a superb athlete, terrific at just imposing his will on the defense on that drive.
Olajuwon trying to break free. And it's Westbrook missing.
With all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, he's become a weight around the neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
They get it back. O'Neal dishes to Davis. Second chance shot. O'Neal trying to break free. And Davis can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
They'll take that. They got to find a better shot than that on their next trip.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the Rockets making a change here. Pierce is checked in. 24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, you're right. They desperately need a bucket in every second now. And Kevin, when the game is up in the air, Harden delivers. Easy to understand why he is seen as one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Shoot two.
Drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. Two-possession game now.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They're trailing by 5. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is right off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 5. 12 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
From deep, Harden. Rebounded by the Lakers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and that's an intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. The second one is good. Putting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Tomjanovich from the arc. Off on that one. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end.